The number one question I get about my wigs is the one that no one ever asks. But I agonized about it for a long time before I started wearing them because I was sure I would get it all the time. And that question is, what do you say when someone asks you if you're wearing a wig? I've been asked the what do you say question a lot of times, and my answer is always, I wouldn't say anything, because literally no one has ever asked me this question. And I actually feel pretty confident that they won't ask you either if you start wearing wigs. Could I be wrong? Sure, but I'll tell you that in hundreds of days of me wearing wigs, this has never happened. I've got a couple of theories for why that is. The first is that nobody notices, and the people who notice just don't care. I can't completely subscribe to this theory because sadly it would mean admitting that my mother is right and that no one is actually thinking about you or that hair you pulled out of a shoebox because they're too busy thinking, oh God, can anyone tell I spilled coffee on these pants? Or I think this color is awful on me. Maybe I should get bangs. Should I get bangs? I'm not sure. Okay, so they're thinking about themselves. It's not a bad theory. But my second theory is that they're too shy or they're too afraid of hurting my feelings to ask the question. And I actually think that's the better theory because it's not as if I don't get any questions. I just don't get that one. Instead, I get something like, where did you get your hair done? Or, wow, did you change your hair? Or my personal favorite, did you do something differently with your hair today? Because people who notice that you're wearing a wig do have questions, but most of the time they also know that it's none of their business and they're afraid of hurting your feelings and that you'll talk about it if you want to. I did have a man who works with me almost every day walk past me one day and then turn around and come back and say, I think you're wearing a wig. But then he immediately held up his hands and he's like, it's not because it doesn't look natural or it doesn't look like your hair. It's just you have long red hair today. You had short blonde hair yesterday. And I think that's a lot of time to be spending in a salon chair. And it would be. And that's what I love about wigs, because I can completely change my hair multiple times a day if I want to. And I do this for myself, but I also do it for the people who are scared and don't know who to ask. Because whether they want to wear a wig and feel like they have to, or they love someone who does, there's no syllabus for this class they've been signed up for, and it doesn't feel like an elective, and they're really afraid of flunking. So if I can be someone they know who's already signed up and seems like they're doing okay, I want to be that person. Not everyone wants to be, and that's okay. But I'm proud of my wigs, and I'm proud that I wear them. I'm proud that I can help other people know that they can too when they're ready or when they feel like they need to. So I guess my answer to the question, if anyone ever asked, are you wearing a wig, is yep, and so can you.